Well, first of all, the first thing that hits you is this incredible smell of petroleum, and then you look down at the water and the rocks, and you see why. You see the gobs of goo all over those rocks, the pebbles. You go out onto the beach, you can see the residue from the oil. And then as you look into the water, and I mean, you have to look at it for a moment, and you can see the wave begin to form, and you can see that oil just glistening across there, and you can see what the problem is here at Refugio State Beach. The way all this got into the water was actually from off land, where there was a pipe. It broke, that oil went out under a culvert into the water. That created the situation we're facing today, with lots of people cleaning up on land, on sea. Let's go to some video here, and you can see some of that activity going on. Last night, as Steve pointed out, we were told 21,000 gallons were released. That's about 500 barrels, actually. Today, they're not giving us a firm number because they say they haven't been able to verify the actual amount, but it still seems to be somewhere in that neighborhood. And with regard to some of the activity that's going out there, you don't see it from where we're standing, but there are boats out there, there are booms out there, there's all kinds of stuff going on out there, and the actual stretch of the slick has expanded from about 4 miles to 9 miles, from Gaviota down to Coal Oil Point. A news conference gave us some of that information. It ended just a few minutes ago.
We have 3 sets of booms out there right now, offshore, that's paired up by 2 vessels each. So there's 6 vessels out there with boom in between. And then there's 3 oil spill response vessels helping to skim the oil that we can find.
Undoubtedly, there's been impacts to wildlife. And I'm sure as the response progresses, we'll get a better estimate of what's occurred. But at this time, we don't have any animals in hand to count.
But we have seen pictures of dead fish and birds that have been covered in oil, and you've seen that too, right?
Well, I've seen the pictures, but I haven't been able to verify that is in fact at this spill site.
So as we come back here live and you take a look at the water, you see the rocks and all of this activity out here. This is the focus of concern up here right now, with hundreds of people involved on the beach, out there on the water, trying to do what they can to be able to get this thing cleaned up, and it's probably going to be a very long process. A couple of other things that they're trying to point out to us. Number one, there are a lot of people that want to volunteer, and they're discouraging that. They only want the professionals, the people that are engineers and scientists and people like that out here. They really don't want, you know, just community folks to come on out. But there is a website where you can go to offer your help, and there are things you can do. I'm going to put that on our website, myfoxla.com. The other thing they don't want anybody to do is touch any of the animals. If they happen to see a bird or something like that with oil, they don't want anybody to reach out and touch these animals. There are a lot of reasons for that, but the bottom line is they want you to call a phone number and let them know you've spotted this animal, and I'll also put that phone number on our website as well. So the situation here is a lot of calculation going on, a lot of cleanup going on, nothing really firm being put out there until they actually verify how many gallons, how many animals, all that sort of thing, but it is a very serious problem here along this part of the coastline.